and welcome to this video. It's gonna be super chill. As the title indicates, I'm gonna be just going through my Ravelry likes and just talking about like favorite patterns and stuff. If you don't know what Ravelry is, it's basically a huge bank of just knitted patterns. Some of them are free, some of them are you have to pay for, but and then there's also like other aspects of Ravelry, but I have to say I am not super familiar with them. Also, I cannot really pronounce Ravelry. I don't know why that's like a tongue twister to me in some way. I've had it for 2 years though, so I have like a decent amount saved, and I just want to kind of like go through and talk about some patterns that I'm like would like to make, thinking about making, or just like sharing some favorites and like what I love about them. So let's get into it. I'm not gonna go through every single one because that would be just like maybe not the most entertaining, but I'll go through a couple. I'm gonna start with this one. It's Crux by Kindred Red. I believe it's from PomPom magazine, which is like was a publication that would have like a lot of knitwork patterns in it. They're no longer active, but yes, they are. I think like the print version has shut down, if I remember correctly. But, anyways, this was one of the first kind of patterns that I liked on Ravelry, and at the time, I couldn't actually understand how it's made, which is really funny now to look back at it, because like this whole like I-cord edging was really confusing to me, and like the sashiko kind of like stitch is really beautiful, but yeah, I don't know why it was like a highly intriguing knit to me. I really do love this sashiko almost seemingly embroidery that it has on it. I don't know if that is I imagine that's not part of the stitch. I don't know. Oh, okay, no, it's not added in, which I've always thought it was, but as you can see here, it uses contrasting yarn and horizontal and vertical floats to form the hand stitching motif all over. That's super interesting. I'd be really curious to see how that is worked. I want to see some of the projects because I know they're going to be really fun. Oh, look at that. Isn't that so cute? Like, and you can use, I guess, like a ch color changing yarn, which is really fun. I have to say, this is one of like my most favorite features is going through other people's projects. I feel like it can be a huge source of inspiration, and like oftentimes seeing someone else's project can be like what convinces me to do it, if that makes sense. Or like, yeah, I feel like that's true for a lot of things. Okay, let's move on to our next pattern. These ones are just, I don't know, sometimes you're looking for something and then you just like stuff, but like, I don't think I'll ever make any of these. Oh, I can talk about this one because I think it's a very popular pattern at the moment, but I made it 2 years ago, which is funny. It was also like my first pattern I ever made. It's the halibut sweater by Caitlin Hunter. Yeah, I feel like it's very fish girl fall. When I made my version, I did like a sleeve modification. Basically, I did more of a like kind of balloon sleeve. I'm gonna see if I can find mine because I know this is just, yeah. Here, oh, here it is. Fish sweater. So this is mine. The great thing as well is if you post your finished projects on Instagram, you can just like use the pictures. You can like link your Ravelry account and your Instagram account. It sounds like it's an ad for this website. It's not. I'm like in no way associated to them. I just think it's a cool trick. But yeah, this is my version of it. I knit it with Sonder yarn, and it was a little bit of a splurge. It was like also the first time I'd ever been to a yarn festival. But yeah, I love this color combo. I saw someone else do it. I can't remember who. I don't think I'll be able to find it because it's clearly a very popular pattern. But look, oh my God. Look at, oh, okay, good. Look at this one. Isn't that so sick? Like they've added a pocket. They've added like there's a fish that's like a different color. It's striped. Like how fun is that? I just think that's so sick. Like modifications like this make me want to knit more patterns because I'm also not someone who knits a ton of patterns, which is really silly. See, I feel like a lot of people have done the green and pink halibut sweater. I don't think I'm original in that way at all. I also just love green and pink. Oh, I love this cardigan. modification to it. That's really cute. Moving along. So yeah, halibut sweater, a very fun time. I like feel like I go through phases with colorwork sweaters where like sometimes I really want to knit a lot of colorwork and other times you just want to knit like the most plain stockinette. This is really cool. Yeah, that's it. I've never knit all over colorwork. I'd really like to try. I don't think this would be the project I would try it for. I'm wondering if this is not steeked actually, like this portion up here, if it's not like the neckline is not steeked. I'd be curious to see that actually. Or the sleeves might also be steeked. Oh, that's steeking. Yes, exactly. So yeah, so it's most likely I think it's definitely steeked on the arms. That would be my guess. But that makes me I have done steeking. It does make me a little nervous, I have to say. But I've never ventured into all over color work. I feel like it's something I need to try, but I have yet to find like the perfect project for that. Okay, this one I'm just gonna show you really quick because I think it's so fun. Look at the little cowgirl, like the little hats and the little boots. Isn't that so cute? I just think that one's really fun. It's just silly, and I love that. Oh my god, look at this! Isn't that so cute? All three of them, the little versions you can do. Oh my god. I'd want a long sleeve version. I don't know if someone's tried that. I can't see one. But I would love to. Oh, as I was saying that, there you go. Here's the long sleeve version. This seems like three-quarter length sleeves. I would go like full long sleeve, but that's so sweet. Yeah, I think this is just a really fun chart, and I would love to try it one day. And I feel like you could use like some fun little like kind of I don't know some fun little scrap yarn here or like color changing yarns for your boots. That would be really fun. Okay, we're getting onto like one that I feel like not has haunted me because that sounds like super pessimistic, but this is one that I've thought about a lot and haven't made, but I think I definitely will at some point. The Móinéar by Albina McLaughlin. I'm not gonna say that correctly, I'm so sorry, but just stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. This is a knitwear designer that I have so much love for. I've yet to knit any of her patterns, but I feel like they like pop up at random times either on my feed or like just in general. And I'm just like stunning, like just beautiful. This one is so good. I actually saw one recently on Instagram from like Woolly Mammoth here. I've opened my Instagram so I can do it. But this one right here, isn't this version also beautiful? And very like, I feel like I would be tempted to do like green and pink because like I do a lot of green and pink, but these colors are really interesting and I think you can see the color work very like the contrast is very strong, but it's not like you what I would gravitate towards for this pattern, but I really like it and it's making me think of like unusual colors that I could do for it. Yeah, that was my big spiel about that. And I just think it's such a cool pattern. I love this like I don't like this two strand like rib at the top. I don't know. Just really sick. This. See, that one is another one where it's just like wow. Or like a more low contrast version like this one is really nice as well. There's also, okay, I'm gonna show a couple other patterns by this designer as well right now, just because I just think that they just make beautiful stuff, and I just want to talk about it. This one. I have seen this recently. Look at that. Okay, I feel like if you've watched any of my past videos, especially like my like I think fall inspiration video, whatever it was called, I've talked about like stripes and how obsessed I am with them and how much I want to like kind of play on stripes as well. And I feel like this is the perfect version of that. And it's very to me reminiscent of like textiles as well, like woven pieces. And it's just so fun. Like look at that. And yeah, and it's not like a difficult color work. Like yes, it's all over color work, which I've never done before, but I think it's super doable because number one, you have max two colors at like any time pretty much. And then second of all, it's like you're gonna have like you won't have to catch your floats at all, which is so perfect. Um, and yeah, I love the colors that were chosen for this. It like truly does not get better. So, so gorgeous. I love it. Did I add, I need to add that to my favorites. Thank you. I'm curious about the projects in this one. Look at the color combos. I love this orange one here. This one here is really nice. That like, not the, because there's nothing there, but the like idea of that one. This one. I love this. I love the stripe of orange. I think that's really beautiful. That one. Okay, we need to move on. But yeah, that's one. I love that design and I will definitely come back to it. Okay, we're gonna it's gonna seem like I'm just talking about the same person, but this is the last one from this designer, I swear. But braids of grass, this is a pattern that I really want to make and that I've wanted to make for like 2 years and I just haven't gotten around to. But it is a like cable pattern without any purling. If you read the project description, she kind of talks about this. And I just think that's such cool, first of all, really cool in concept, but also like makes a really interesting texture. And just as she mentions, like braids of grass, like very braid like, but also just like, yeah, I don't know. There's something so cool about that. And I love that, like, I think I struggle with doing like plain one colors knits just because that seems kind of boring to me, but I think this would keep me engaged. And I've never really done cabling. Cabling is something that like I haven't dipped my toes into, and I think I could do it for this because it's not overwhelming, which are a lot of cable work projects seem to me. It's not like all over cable, it's just like this one little section where like it's the yoke and then I think your cuffs. And also really lovely. It's knit on 4.5 millimeter needles. Love that. Let's look at the projects real quick. Look at this version. This blue. Beautiful. That's really lovely. I love a little like pop up. Oh, a color changing one. That's really cool. I do think I would do like a green one. Like that would be ideal. Oh, that's actually said that immediately retracting. This is really cool. I love this color. I think that's like a tweedy yarn. I feel like a tweed yarn is kind of the way to go. This one's also really beautiful. Okay, we need to stop getting distracted. We're getting back on track. Um, okay, some more projects. Okay, this is a designer I want to talk about, Anne-Sophie Velling. I've not, again, another one where it's like I've not like knit any of their patterns. Oh, why is it like that? Okay. I've not knit any of their patterns. Let me stabilize. However, I do think about them. They're in my brain. I'm thinking about them pretty often because I think especially they have like puff sleeve designs which I think are just so cool. They have a couple knitted dresses which I think are really cool. I'm gonna try to go through them relatively quickly because otherwise we'll be here all day. I think the drape of their knitwear is very cool. Okay, I've like opened like 6 tabs, but let's try to like just look at the size of the sleeves. Oh, isn't that so fun? I don't know like how like wearable this is, but I think like it's very like medieval fantasy to me. And like I love this little like lace detail on the cuff, how that gets really tight there and like cinches it in. Um, I just think that's really cool and you don't see that too often in knitwear. So that's why I think this designer is worth at least following, if not like trying to knit one of her patterns. This one is garter stitch, which I think is again really cool. I've talked about kind of like baby doll silhouettes, and I think this is a really great example of that in knitwear, which again I don't think you see very often. The only other kind of time I've seen that in knitwear is here, let me find this, is this. I see this pattern or like versions of this pattern all the time on my Pinterest, probably because I keep saving them. But I think this is so cute. Like I just love this little pleating here. I don't know what, I've not yet been able to like pearl on pearl, pearl on pearl, like I'm on Tumblr? Whoa, I guess I agree. Oh, I think someone just saved this from Tumblr. That's annoying. Um, See, but like this is the other version of this that I've seen. For some reason, for a long time, I thought this was a Larke Bauer Bagger. I still can't pronounce that name. Design. I don't know if it is just because of the scrap yarn. I was like, maybe it is. But see, like that, isn't that so cool? Yeah. Anyways, we got so distracted. But yeah, so just that baby doll silhouette I think is so fun and something you don't see too often in knitwear. Another kind of example of that dress version, just like really sick. And I think these are knit at a pretty loose gauge. Yeah, see, I would imagine the like top portions that are tight are knit with the 5, and then the loose, like the rest of it is knit with the 9, which that's pretty sick. I feel like you would knit that up relatively quickly, despite the size of it. Another one, okay, this one, just like kind of the same thing, slightly less extreme, if that makes sense. Like it's less like super puffy sleeves, but still very like a lace motif, cabling, and then also that kind of same silhouette. I don't know why the like word that comes to mind is like it's very medieval. I don't know if it is. It just feels that way. And that's like I say that with as like the highest compliment. Another dress. This is really cool as well. Like the wraparound, that like huge kind of like belt holding it together. Yeah, it feels very like milkmaid. Um, 9 millimeters, like 7 millimeters and 9 millimeters. That's huge. That's humongous, but very cool. Okay, let's move along. Okay, then now we're getting into, I was saving a bunch of like lace waist patterns. This is like kind of chip and tricks. If you ever end up with like two skeins of lace weight, usually you can kind of knit a sweater with that, is what I discovered, because you get so much yarn actually from it. At least for this one, I was like I ended up being able to. I did make a project with this. I actually bought this pattern and made this, which is cool. Great pattern. It's like super specific in the increases here. And the lace, it was like, I thought it was very beginner friendly because it was my first lace pattern. I had never done lace before that. The only thing, the part where I messed up, and this is on me, is I knit this with the wrong size needles. Whoops. But yeah, really cute otherwise. Um, Here, I'll show you my version. It's really horrible. I'm so sorry to who's gonna have to bear witness to this. It's also like the worst picture ever. But yeah, this is my version. You can kind of see the lace. The reason it's bumpy like this is because I tried to reblock it actually. But like reblocking it like really poorly and it just didn't really work out for me. So sorry that you had to see that with your eyes. But yeah. Oh my God, this is really fun. If you've never seen this pattern before, just such a fun time. The ribka pouch. Um, just like a fun little like kind of like leftovers from a sweater. You make this little fish. I again another one that I actually have made. I will get my version of it. Hold on. I made like three or four. I made this one. The great thing about when you make like not wearables is that like yes, it does say like 3 millimeter needles. I did not use 3 millimeter needles, and it doesn't super matter. Like obviously it's not as like quite as like meldable around here. That's a bad word, but malleable. Malleable is the word I'm looking for, but I don't think it like matters in the as much. It's still cute. It doesn't like the size doesn't super matter. And it's just fun and like bag charms, little like you can just check them on your like tote bag. It doesn't even have to really hold anything. Yeah, it's just a fun little scrap breasting one and one that I've actually made, which is rare. Okay, let's talk about this pattern because it will come back up in a certain sense. Okay, this is framed by Andrea Mowry. I believe she's like a very well-known pattern designer. I think some of the like most popular designs on Ravelry are from her actually. So it has like a great reputation. I don't know that I will ever make this sweater. That being said, what really attracted to me at first, and the reason I really love the design, is this like quilt block motif. I absolutely love sweaters that take inspirations from like other kind of textile pieces or fiber pieces. Quilt is a great example. I love a quilt block, like Riza printed quilt blocks, like anything like a print of a quilt block. I'm obsessed. So this is very much within like I love this. I think the construction is really interesting. I think you work this portion, like this top, like yoke kind of portion, and then you like pick up stitches and work it flat like this. I'm not really sure, to be quite honest with you. I think I read that it was a very interesting kind of design. The two things I don't like about it. Number one, the 3/4 length sleeves. Unfortunately, that's just like the biggest no for me. I can't explain it to you. I don't know why, but I just can't do that. I can't do it. And number two, it's kind of this top portion. I don't love the contrast of colors. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's in black, like this like project version. Maybe if I looked at other projects, I could be convinced. So I'm convinced. Oh my, like, and I love that it's a cardigan. That is stunning. What is this knit with? Immediately I take back all my words. That is so beautiful. The Brooklyn tweed spin cycle. Of course, it's a freaking spin cycle dyed in the wool. That is so beautiful. Like, I'm so jealous. Oh my God. Okay, well, never mind. I take back everything I've said. This one. Oh, wow, these are literally embarrassing that I'm like said all this and they're like in my favorites, I'm pretty sure. This was many years ago. Like, don't hold me accountable to this. That is so okay. Okay, so maybe I'm just wrong sometimes. You know what? We can change our mind. That's okay. Oh, I don't know where I went. Okay, bye. But yeah. Okay, well, I can change my mind is apparently my truth. This pattern I definitely want to talk about. This one right here. Oh, look how beautiful she is. All over color work again, but very like geometric. I don't think the floats are huge, and I just think it's so cool. The colors, I feel like it could really be like kind of a scrap busting in a certain sense. I do believe it's all mohair, which I love that. I think that's so sick. Um, and it's like also the sleeves are literally like kind of asymmetric in like design. Like you can see this like oh my God. I don't know what this is called. This like little grille, but it's over here on this sleeve and like it's just yeah, so sick. It is mohair. It's okay. Excuse me. It is knit weight 3.5. Don't love that. Um, I am kind of a like 4 millimeter girl. That's like my ideal kind of needle size to knit a sweater. Anything less, I feel like it takes too long, which is maybe not ideal, but yeah, I think it is. You can knit it with mohair. Maybe there's some, let's see the projects. Okay, I also did like this one. I know I like this one. Because, like, oh, look at that. Look at that. The vibrancy of those colors is insane. And the way they all work with each other, stunning. Very like primary colors, but like also obviously like not totally. Oh, just so cool. Oh my God, that's so cool. That's so cool. And I think this design is another one, surprisingly, is inspired by the geometric modernist style of 1920s textile designer Elise Jo Bourgeois. Yeah, super cool. Oh, and use of mohair replicates her block prints. See, that's so cool to me. So cool. So sick. Okay, moving right along. Let's talk about this one. Oh, Okay, well, we're doing it this way. Beautiful. Okay, the part that I want to talk about, and oh, did not mean to do that, is the stitch pattern. So as you can see, it looks almost woven, and I think that and I'm pretty sure it's like this is a block of pearls, this is a block of knits, which is really cool. And this reminded me of another designer that I love and who I'm now going to show you. Give me a second to get on Instagram. Nancy Marchant Brioche. um, I don't know why I've said that in French. She might not be French. Makes these sweaters. You might have seen these on Pinterest. That's where I first came across them. So cool. And it's like literally again talking about like that textiles and like knitting different types of textiles and like kind of merging that all together. This is like the perfect example of that. It's like weaving but knitting. Someone's like, what? But she has so many like versions she does of these, and I think her use of color is so good. She just does it in such a way, like, how can you, like, I don't even know what to say. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at this. This is literally a twill pattern that she is knit as, like, that she is knit, like, just by using knits and pearls. Like just by like contrasting that, which like like all the stripes I guess that are going in like a weft way, so like horizontally are pearls, and then all the stripes that go vertically are knits. Like just genius. Just like so well thought, and like she's done so many of them. Like this this back, like what? The colors that she uses, the way that she's done that. And again, you can see that like knit pearl, but and it's literally a twill pattern and the colors are crazy. Like I don't know how many, like just like think of how many she's holding. I know it's not like it's because it's knit flat, it's intarsia, so it's not like she's actually holding like all of these in her hand like this, but still like you have to like bobbin them crazy. Like you're not bringing that on public transit, can tell you that much. Yeah, highly recommend just like going through her Instagram. I know she does have patterns. I've yet to attempt any of them. I think I'm a little intimidated. Um, but just stunning work, truly. Like a master at her craft. There is no doubt about it. Okay, I need to get back to what we were looking at. But yeah, this is kind of, I think it was kind of like thinking about that, and then I've seen all of Nancy's designs, and I was just like, oh my God. So yeah. Oh, this is another móinéar that I've liked. I liked, oh, this is, I think those are the colors, like a blue and that green. I just think, yeah, and just look how beautiful that ribbing is. Oh my God, that is not what I meant to do. But yeah, just stunning ribbing, truly. No. Oh my God. Okay, we're continuing on our talk about textiles and kind of using other forms of like textile design as inspiration for knitwear. This is like a prime example of this. It is the Fortuna pullover. This is out of, I will show you later. Um, but this is out of a PomPom magazine. It's a design, so you have to buy the entire bundle, but I think it's so worth it. I'll show you the other designs in a sec. And it's based off of an overshot pattern called Fortuna wheel. Overshot is like weaving. Let's look at the projects because I know there are some crazy good ones here. Where have you gone? My favorite one. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna have to like track it down. This one. This one. Oh, first of all, there's a matching pair of pants that you can make crazy. And then this, like, oh, so good. It's so good. Like, how do you even describe like just these little pops of color? It reminds me almost of visible mending. I don't know why, but it's so playful and fun and exciting. Um, and yeah, I'm just like amazed. And kind of, I feel like this pattern, in a certain sense, I wonder if this is it seems to me like this might have been a like late addition. Like this might be like kind of almost embroidered over what is that called? I'm forgetting the word, but I will put it up once I remember. Oh, and I feel like this pattern in general is also kind of playing into like my ideas of stripes because it's not quite checkered, it's not really stripy, but it's just that middle ground and it's really interesting. Um, and yeah, you can just do such interesting colors. Like look at this one. That like really low contrast version, even that appeals to me, and I'm not usually like a neutral person. This is really fun. Like just yeah, I feel like you can go so many directions with this one. There's a version by oh my God, Picky Knitter, I believe. Picky Femme. Okay, this is who I was talking about. Picky Femme. If you don't follow them on Instagram, get on it. You need to do that. But this version by Picky Femme, the the neutral ones like are not super my thing, but this rainbow one, stunning, beautiful. I love it. Oh, okay. Anyways, we're back here. Where am I going? Okay, yes, I want to talk about the 11 patterns that come in this download because they're all um seemingly to me at least based on like other um like textiles. So this is like a coverlet pattern. It's again another overshot. So it's so cool, like sick. And I just love the colors. I love this little design here. And yeah, super, very like undeniably inspired by an overshot pattern. And I think that's really cool. And yeah, you can make matching pants. Like, what? How cool is that? I need to see the pants. I've never knit pants. Or need or like bottoms in general, like skirts or pants. Um, I don't know if I ever will because I don't know how wearable that actually is. But I do think they would be sick. Like, look at that. I just worried that they would be too hot or that they would stretch out too much. But yeah, and then let's talk about like this one here. This one is really like woven. This one looks inspired. Like they all kind of look inspired by different textiles. Like this is obviously inspired by like woven plaid. I think this one as well. Um, this is like really weaving. Or I think it might be actually the same, similar technique to what we were talking about with Nat and C. No, this is actually woven. Whoa. Oh, wow. That's like sick. Okay, let's look at that. Are there any projects? Oh, there's one project. No. Okay, I guess not a lot of people did this one because I do imagine it would be like quite intense having to weave this yourself. But okay, interesting. So yeah, I probably will be buying this at one point in the future. Oh, the Sophie hood. I did make one of these. It's the only petite knit pattern I've ever knit. I also literally made a YouTube video about it. So you can watch that if you desire, but I played Mega Yarn Chicken and lost. But yeah, it was okay pattern. Okay, more hood patterns, and then let's talk about this. The Paul Klee sweater. Just how cool is that? I just, again, very reminiscent of what I've been yabbering on about. Kind of like, seems like gingham this version, very fun. Like, I love just playing with the different colors, um, and all of that. The one thing about this sweater is that it is a fingering weight. Um, excuse me, what? Like, what do you mean you're knitting a sweater on like seeming, oh, okay, that's not working. Like this like maybe on 3.75 millimeter needles. That's crazy. Like I can't be knitting with 2.75 millimeter needles. Like I just can't be doing that. So sorry. Goodbye. Yeah, so unfortunately that one is maybe it's not happening yet. Okay, now we're getting into like summer knitting patterns, which I know that's like not really thematically what we're here for probably, but we're going to talk about it anyways. And I want to talk about this kind of specifically because I found a ton of free patterns, which is amazing. And my like tips and tricks for finding free patterns really quick. Okay, where am I? Let's talk about this. I think this is a really great pattern. It's by Drops. Drops has tons of free patterns. Um, Also, it is like 4 millimeters, which is so great. You can learn to cable, and I think I would probably get rid of like this kind of ribbing at the top, but otherwise, I do think this is a really cute top. And it's like not something like this is great because you can like kind of figure stuff out, and also because it's a free pattern, if you don't end up doing it, if you don't end up like you don't really have to commit. Do you know what I mean? It's like not as much of a commitment as other ones sometimes are. Because I don't know, once I buy a pattern, I feel like, okay, you have to make it. You have no choice. I say that as if I don't have patterns that I've bought that I haven't made. I have two, but you know what I mean. This is another one, really cute. I think the like cut is actually like very flattering, and again, just like a cute little summer top, and it's knit on 4 millimeters because they love me. They love me. Okay, and another one. This is super cute. I feel like you can make this into a long sleeve design, and or do it in like mohair, which I think would be really fun. Once again, 5.5. They love me. They want me to succeed. Um, okay, and then this is the pattern I actually ended up knitting this summer. I knit it in silk. I knit this version. It's the Armour Top by Ranty Studios. Highly recommend. Super well designed, really flattering. I think, as you can see, it's a oh, I don't know that this has the double knit band. Where is it? Yes, you can see it a bit better here. But it's a saddle shoulder, and then you do kind of like you knit the rest of the body, then you do your little double knit button band. Like, not, I keep saying button band, it's not. It's like this double knit band around your arm sleeves, which is a super cool detail, and then you do your little sleeves. But great, loved it. I definitely probably will be knitting another version of this. I just have to figure out like what that version looks like. But yeah, highly recommend. And once again, it is knit in 4.5 millimeter needles. Love that. I love that. Okay. Oh, and here's my version of it as we're talking about this. Um, I think our number one could have gone down a size, and also I think my gauge was maybe not ideal. I did not gauge swatch, so that's gonna be that. But yeah, it's cute nonetheless, and I do like the way it fits me, and I've worn it a bunch, and I will continue to wear it a bunch. So, oh, this is actually, did I show you this one? Okay, last of the free drops patterns. This one I think is so cute. You can't see it super well, but it's like a little ribbed with like a little, here, this is a better example. It's like a little rib tank with just a little simple cable down the middle. It looks very like DNA to me. I love what this person has done where they've gone like full long sleeve and then like the cable pattern here. I think it fits really well, but also it's very minimal cabling, which I think for me, when I'm first trying out a new technique, that's what I want. I want like, which is why I made that like lace little sweater, because there's one detail of lace. I'm not committing to everything lace, because sometimes that can be really overwhelming and a little scary. Anyways, then we have a bunch of ribbed camis. Okay, and now we get into the part where I was like desperately searching for scrap busting projects because my like stash was basically all scraps, and I got very overwhelmed. I ended up making the like striped cardi by oh my god, Loopy Studios, the one that everyone's making. But these were some of the patterns that I considered. They were all by Stephen West Knits because I got like deep into his like catalog. Um, but yeah, love this one. I love the marbling because you're holding two together. I saw this little detail here where you kind of like join the two yarns together, or like the two colors together, was really great and gave like very interesting texture. The reason I did not end up going with this, guess what? It's knit, I believe, on 4.5, which is like okay, but for when I'm doing my scrap projects, I was looking for something a little more substantial. And yeah, it's worsted, so it's not that bad. This is not terrible. You could definitely do this. Okay, this is another one, is the block by block shlanket. Schlacket. Sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. I'm losing my voice. I need a water break. This is another scrap project. I just thought it was really interestingly like constructed. I believe, and obviously have not bought the pattern, so I don't actually know, is that you knit this little square here, and then you're kind of picking up stitches on one end, knitting another square, or like basically knitting, probably not that. Oh my God, I have to stop doing that because I like keep doing it. But like I think you knit this long band here, then you pick up stitches, knit like a band, pick up stitches, knit a band. Basically like you're building it block by block, as the name suggests. And I just thought that was very cool and very like original. And I was like, maybe you could do that like sweater wise. It also really reminds me of like a quilt block. So I think that was the reasons I was like interested by this pattern. And then this is another one. This is a DK weight kind of color work sweater. Obviously, it's color work. But just really cool kind of play on stripes, I think, because you have these vertical stripes that you're making and they're kind of bouncing off each other. Does that make sense? They're like every other row, they're there, kind of. You maybe understand what I'm saying. You're looking at the picture, you know what I mean. And then but then you also have these vertical stripes in between the no, you also have these horizontal stripes in between these vertical stripes. I've just done like the horriblest job at like explaining what I was trying to say. But yeah, I just thought that was really interesting, but also very overwhelming, and there's a lot going on. But I don't actually think it's that crazy challenging because you're just doing, as much as there's a lot of colors, you're actually just doing two colors around, basically. So it's not crazy. So it's probably honestly like kind of beginner friendly. Like I think let's see what people have done as projects. Yeah, because I think you can kind of almost do a lot of the same colors, maybe repeat some colors. Oh, this is interesting. They've just done like the beginning there. Like you could take this different ways. I don't think you'd have to change like every single row because I feel like that would be overwhelming very quickly. Okay, my voice is starting to go, which is not a good sign. But let's talk about this pattern right here, Blueberry Raglan by Kristen Forrester. I follow them on Instagram. Love their patterns. I think they're a relatively new designer, so they're just kind of starting to write their patterns, but they've been knitting for a long time. I think that's just how cute is that? The little raglan detail here, where it's like a little cable. They have just posted, or they posted a while ago, and I've kind of put this, I think it's in testing, is this sweater that I'm about to show you. Like, to die for. To die for. It's so cute. And so I'm just waiting for this one to come out because it's an all over color sweater, which I've never done before, but I am so tempted and so ready. So I think this is one I would be making. And again, it's not crazy. It's two colors. I think this is doable for me. And it's a raglan construction, which I really like. And I just love the lobster. They also have a version. It's this one. Look at that. So cute. Like so cute. This like kind of pink and blue. I love the color combo. Great. Yeah, I was like, sign me up. I want to make one. And it's knit on 5mm needles and 5.5s. Like, just reasonable. Just makes sense. We're getting into our final little bit here. I have just opened a bunch of tabs in preparation because I'm gonna kind of speed run this because I feel like I'm getting up there in time. This is the button me up cardi. It's really cute. Do you remember those pants? Maybe you had a pair where you could like unzip them and make them into capris and then unzip them again, make them into knee-length shorts and then mini shorts. This is that, but sweater version and buttons. So it's a cardigan. You could make it into a short sleeve and then you can make it into a sleeveless top. And I just think that's such fun design. Um, yeah, super like fun. It's just silly and kind of fun, but also like just yeah, I don't know, no words, but I think it's worth showing you. This is one project that I think just came out, like a design that just came out, the Hungry Caterpillar cardigan. So cute. I love these sleeves. It's obviously based off the book. I don't know if you ever read it as a kid. I loved it so much. So I think it's super fun and just very cute to see kind of that inspiration brought into sweater form. Oh, look at the it's so and I think it's so well thought out. Obviously this is in tarja, I believe, the bottom portion, but you have the little apple slowly being eaten. Like how cute. And again, not overly complex because obviously all of this portion is just plain stockinette. So you just have like a little bit of intarsia, or maybe it's even worked back and forth. I don't really know. Okay, another just really fun one, kind of similar energy as that last project. It's kind of a like stop motion. It's not a stop motion, but like little animation of an apple being eaten, like in freeze frames. And I believe it's a double knit scarf. Um, yeah, just super fun. There's a pair version as well, which I can show you by like the same person. It's this one right here. Super fun. Just like the pear slowly being eaten. Like, how cute! Like, just a good design. Really fun. It reminds me a lot of kind of stop motion or like animation with textiles. Here, this is the animation. It's cross stitch, but I just think that is so cool. Like using this little tiny frame as just like different frames in an animation. But yeah, super sick. Okay, because we're on Instagram, I'm also going to show you the sweater. As you can see, this has not been released yet, but it's another sweater based off of weaving and just weaving structures, which I think is so cool. Again, it's overshot. It's the Sucker Punch sweater. It is not released yet. It is in testing, but I am keeping my eyes peeled. I'm ready for this to be released. And then still talking about textile design, this is my most recent kind of like Pinterest find. It's this stunning mohair knitted like quilt block inspired sweater. Just so cool. And it's like I love this button placket here. It doesn't go all the way. It's like Henley inspired would be the best way I would describe it. Just like the design seems so thoughtful and so just yeah, just beautiful. I feel like you could use some really lovely like mohair scraps if you had a lot. Also, you could just buy a bunch of different colored mohairs and make yourself like a really lovely color palette. Um, it is, I believe, all intarsia, 17 colors of silk mohair. That is a lot of money to invest, but I think it might be worth it. Look at this version here. This like cardigan version, I think is really fun. Just, and I love that it's color work with mohair. I think that's something you don't see often. However, this is like what it would look like. So that's kind of nerve-wracking to me. But yeah, you would have to make bobbins. Like, there's no way around that, unfortunately. I'm gonna show you, I think I've showed you, this is my Ravelry if you do want to like follow me on Ravelry, I guess. Oh my god, since 2020. Jesus Christ. I don't remember making a Ravelry that long ago. Is that how long I've been knitting? I don't think so. We don't have time to get into that. Just found out I've been there since. That seems unrealistic. Okay, anyway. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you hopefully soon on another time. Bye.